Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Buck News Podcast. I'm Alana Lowery, joined with
Professor Thomas Keating.
We are so excited to kick things off with you. This is your place to hear the latest campus updates, student and faculty stories, and all the amazing things happening in our Buck community. This podcast is for you. Today is our first episode of our new series called The Professor That Impacted Your Life. Professor Keating, tell us a little bit about what you do here on campus.
Hey, Elena, thanks for having me, and thanks to everybody at the Buck News Network. As you know, I'm professor of theater, so I direct a couple of plays or musicals a year, and I teach several classes, including Intro to Theater, Acting, Directing, Acting for the Camera, Movement for the Actor, among many others.
Awesome. I remember the first time I met you. It was in an audition, and it was my first audition ever, and honestly, it impacted my life, for the better. And it really made me realize I wanted to go into theater.
That's exciting. I don't mean to interrupt, but you should see her face, everybody. You should see my face. I did not know that happened, so that's kind of fun to hear.
Yes, it was my first audition ever, and I just knew right then and there that I wanted to pursue theater as a minor and that I wanted to pursue it after I graduate. And you have really inspired me to keep going, and you've really impacted me to pursue theater.
Thank you so much. I'm just happy to be here. I can't believe it. It's your senior year and you're just now telling me this.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit of why it's important to make those connections and relationships with your students.
Oh, wow. So that's, I think, one of the main things I do well, if I'm allowed to say what I think I do well, is the connections with students happen usually, dare I use a word, organically, that we use in the theater all the time, organically. I like to connect in person with students wherever they are in life as they either begin school or later in school, or if they're just starting in theater like you were, or if it's later in their kind of career path. So I really enjoy the opportunities to connect with people. Mm-hmm. And then you asked me why it's important. Well, especially when directing, but also in classes, it's really important that my students trust me. Mm-hmm. I'm always pushing my students, but I have to be careful about pushing too hard too soon. So I'm usually trying to figure out sort of the level of trust or how well we sort of understand each other so that I know the boundaries that I'm allowed to sort of push. And I think building that relationship outside of the class helps the classroom environment thrive. How's that sound to you?
That sounds awesome. I know that I like a little push, but also I'm really sensitive. But at the same time, you've had that connection and have had those classes with me, and so how much pushing to go with, but it really does help me as an actor.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I often wonder, and I do ask, I almost always ask, but I also know what it's like to be a student in the room. Mm-hmm. I'll even say, am I pushing you too much? And I know it might be hard to say, actually, yes, you are pushing me too much. So I really try to read the students' faces, their verbal responses, and nonverbal body language responses.
Yeah. Well, I think that I just want to tell you that I'm very thankful and grateful for you as a professor.
It's so funny to be in a small room recording a podcast and hearing these words, but I just got to say thank you back. I'm grateful for trusting students who allow me to really pour into them, because it would be one thing for me to try to pour into a student, but if y'all aren't open, then we're not going to make a lot of progress. So I'm grateful to students trusting me for the things that we explore.
Yeah. Well, that is it for this episode of the Buck News Podcast. We are so glad you're here, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Buck News _network for all the latest updates, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you never miss a single thing. And we will see you later.
Thanks, Elena.